sure you guys check out our channel partner, Supps. Go to gamersupps.gg and use code ZAK for 10% off. Keto-friendly, 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar. I drink it to keep myself energized, to keep myself going. Check them out. Code ZAK. Gamersupps.gg. Code ZAK, 10% off. I'm drinking the, what am I drinking? I'm drinking the melon flavor. I love this new melon flavor is amazing. We're going to get started right after this. There she is in all her glory, the TCL 20 Pro 5G. We're gonna have a quick review here. Actually, my final review, because I've been using this phone. I've been using it for a month. You guys are over here, and you guys are also up here. How you guys doing? Hey, welcome to ZAKtalks TECH. My name is Zach. I'll be your host because there's nobody else. Welcome. First of all, we want to give a quick shout out and a quick thank you to our streaming sponsor, StreamYard. Check them out right there, StreamYard. Well, there's a link down below, StreamYard.com. You can try them out for free. One of the nice things about StreamYard is they make it super simple. You do everything through your interface, or sorry, through your web browser. So like I'm using Chrome, you can use Safari, Firefox, whatever. Super simple. You pick a microphone, you pick a camera, and away you go. That's it. You can bring people in. You can stream to multiple locations like Twitter. You can do Facebook. You can do LinkedIn. Today, this afternoon. Oh, wait, hold on. It's currently 10:50 a.m. here. So this morning, or if you're on the East Coast, this afternoon, we're just doing YouTube. But thank you to StreamYard for streaming for us, to powering us here at ZAKtalks TECH for 2021 and hopefully beyond. And glorious 1080p. Appreciate you guys making it simple. Check them out. Link is down below. How's that for a sponsored spot, huh? It's pretty good, right? I'm working on those. Hope you guys are all doing good. My beard is, I'm underneath that heat dome in Western Canada here. I'm experiencing heat that I didn't even know existed. I was just like, what? How do some people do this? Nobody here owns air conditioners. We don't even know what they are. We hear about them, but I'm kidding. My mother-in-law has an air conditioner, but she won't let me go over there. Anyway, my kids are there. But yeah, so the heat is terrible for your beard. If you got a beard, if you know the struggles of the heat on the hairs, any kind of hair, yeah, boom. We got Viper in the house. How you doing? Glad you're here. Chris M, Dennis Carlson coming in from Sweden. We got Fit Blonde Tech. Who else we got here? Don Coven. Don Coven's name in the chat replay. If you're looking at the chat replay, his name is in green. That means he's a channel member. And you can also become a channel member by simply clicking the join button that's down there. And you can support the channel a little bit more. You don't have to. It's completely optional. But you do get a fancy emoji next to your name. And it changes based on how many months you've supported. And you also get custom emojis at the top there. There are custom emojis that people spam throughout the chat as we go. Lots of fun with that. We'll be bringing in a few more. So thank you to our channel members. Appreciate you, Don Coven, and all the other people. Most people are used to me going live in the evening. But I wanted to do this during the day because I really had nothing else to do. So Don says, oh no, I'm a channel partner. Does that mean I get my payments just went up? We'll talk. We'll talk, Don. Don's a Vancouver Canucks fan, so, you know, gotta be slow when you talk to him. I'm kidding, Don. I'm kidding, and all the Vancouver Canuck fans. But seriously, don't burn down my house. All right, how you guys all doing? It is Tuesday, June 29th, It's currently 10:53 a.m. here for me on Mountain Time. That means it's 9:53 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. But if you're on the East Coast, it is currently almost 1 o'clock. It is 12:53 p.m. Good afternoon to you. I'm glad you're here. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Now, you guys saw the title correctly there. The title of my stream here, it said my 1 month review, and I know some of you might be saying, what do you mean? Didn't the phone just come out yesterday? Yes, it was announced yesterday and officially released, all that kind of jazz, for the United States yesterday. But I'm in Canada. You guys ever heard of Canada? Big cold country, okay? Except for right now. We got the phone about a month ago. I got it back on May 22nd. But we didn't get the cool blue color up here. we got the gray. But don't get me wrong, I like this moon dust gray. The TCL 20 Pro 5G does come in 2 different colors here. And by the way, people, this bandage thing here, I'll explain this thing all to you guys later on. Some of you guys know what's going on. I'll explain to you. But yeah, they sent me the moon dust gray TCL 20 Pro 5G, and I gotta tell you, I have had so much fun with this phone. Like, it's like I look forward to grabbing it and just all the little different things it does and the way it interacts with like my TCL television and whatnot, because there's an IR remote on there and things like that. And kind of getting right in, like TCL's got an ecosystem going on here now. Like they're really integrating a lot of things. Now, TCL also introduced 2 other devices yesterday, the TCL 20S and the TCL 20 SE. I do not have those devices yet, but they will be here later on this week. Special thanks to my friends at TCL. Thank you for sending those out. I know I had to give you guys a little nudge, but I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to basically trying out all 3. But I've been using this one here, like I said, for the last month, and I've really enjoyed it. Now, not only have I been using it, my kids have been using it. My 6 and my 9-year-old have been using it. My wife has been using it, and that's it. These are the only people in the house. So I got a 6 and I got a 9-year-old, and my wife, and they've had a lot of fun with it too. There's lots of different features and things like that in there, and they've taken some really awesome photos and things like that. So I'm going to go through that with you guys. First of all, disclaimer. Like I said before, TCL sent me out the device. This review is not paid. This is not sponsored or anything like that. They sent me out the device and said, "Hey, have fun with this. Have fun with this. Let us know what you think." Just like last year, they sent me the 10 Pro. This is now the 20 Pro 5G. Of course, because the 5G antennas in there. I think pretty much every device going forward is going to have 5G in there for you guys. Okay. Hopefully the music's not too loud for you guys. You guys let me know. And we'll kind of get into things. Now, this review is going to be more of a kind of a rambling thoughts off the top of my head. If you're watching the replay, make sure you guys are using the timestamps down below. I'm going to try to categorize this as much as possible. If you have questions along the way, everybody, please put them in the live chat. And if you're watching the replay, just put them in the description there and I will answer your questions. And if there needs to be additional follow-up, we can definitely do that. Unnamed review guy. Glad you're here. All right, people. Gotta make sure you're hydrating. Like I said, I'm drinking the Gamer Supps today. Okay. It gets a little weird with this IV line here. Yeah, that's an IV. I'll talk to you guys about that later. Some of you guys know what's going on. All right. Where are we at? So I guess we'll go back down here, the TCL. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up, you guys, I know I like doing this all the time. We're going to go through a quick spec comparison from last year's 10 Pro and this year's. Okay, I think that's probably one of the best ways because last year TCL introduced devices that were new for North America. They've done devices before. They've done devices under the BlackBerry name. When they were partnered with BlackBerry there, Alcatel obviously. But the TCL 10 series came out last year in North America. It was the first TCL branded devices for themselves last year. And it's nice to see that they're continuing things as we go. I have no idea what that means. A PICC line for my PCA pump. But FitBlonde, we will definitely talk about. Like it's long enough. FitBlonde, we'll definitely talk about that. I really dig that FitBlonde's into the health stuff. So I've been posting all these pictures on Twitter and what's going on. And she's like so into it. That's pretty cool. Anyway, Queue up GSM Arena. Yes, you guys know I love this website, gsmarena.com. Seriously, people, if you need to look up specs of something, this is the place to go. And this is one of my favorite features here, the compare feature. You can put up the 3 phones here. It works really great on mobile as well. But on the left here, we got the TCL 20 Pro 5G. This is the Aqua, I think they call it Aqua Marine. Let me just double check here. No, sorry, Marine Blue. This is the marine blue color that a lot of my American friends received yesterday. Beautiful color. TCL never does boring colors. And then here's last year's 10 Pro. I was actually lucky enough to receive both the gray and the green from them. So again, thank you to TCL. All right, people. So we're going to quickly go through here. As you guys can see here, launch dates basically April of last year. And then we had, June. This should actually be updated here for June. This should be updated. Anyway, the new 20 Pro, like I said, the stats are here on the left side. Actually, this is what we're going to do. You can click this little button called Differences, and anything that's different will be highlighted. There we go. That's a lot easier. So as you guys can see here, this year's 20 Pro is actually a little bit taller over last year's. Last year's was 158 by 72 by 92 millimeters. This year it's 164 by 73 by 88.8 millimeters. So it's a little bit bigger. It's actually thinner. Last year's was 9.2 millimeters. This year we're at 8.8 millimeters, which is great. Really great to see. And a little bit heavier at 190 grams compared to 177 grams. Again, not a big deal. Or if you're into the ounces, 6.24, now we're at 6.70. It's a bigger phone. It's to be expected. Let me switch over here so you guys see my face. There we go. All right. Just like last year, we got an HDR10 AMOLED display here, 420 nits. I find it's quite bright and whatnot. I didn't have any issues under bright light or anything. It is a 1080p panel. Now, one of the things, let me just see if I can stop this. One of the things I want to point out right away is, and I already saw comments like this on Twitter and a few other places yesterday, people that already published videos and whatnot. It's very important to understand what demographic and the audience that TCL is trying to serve with this, okay? It's very easy, obviously, to say, oh, it doesn't have a 120 hertz screen, it doesn't have, you know, this or that all the maybe flagship from some other brands have. That's not the audience and the people that TCL is trying to serve. They're trying to give you maximum value by making sure you have the features and the things that you're going to need or you will probably need, okay? Yes, there are some cuts here and there and things that are different from maybe some of the bigger flagships out there, but that's why you get a much better price and I think an overall better value. At $499 US, this is a good deal. This is a very good deal. I'm just gonna tell you now. That's the summary right there. If you don't want to hear anything else, that's it right there. But again, you need to know the demographic. Okay, this is definitely a mid-range value device, budget device. What do you want to call it? Value budget device. Those are not bad words. Those are good words, especially in today's economy and what's going on in the world. People are gonna be looking for stuff like this, and there's nothing wrong with it. Once we go through some more of the features, you guys are going to see what this device can do, okay? Let's get back to the stats here really quick. We got Andy Wong coming in from Hong Kong. How are you doing? Glad you're here. It's a peripheral line? Okay. Okay. Fit line. We'll go through it. I promise. I know you're itching. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, people. So, like I said before, is a 6.67-inch display. Last year's was 6.47, so the display is a little bit bigger. It does have curved edges. I know some people like the curved edges. Some people don't like the curved edges. This thing has curved edges. That's just the bottom line. That's just how they made it. I personally don't mind it. I do prefer a flat display. Especially coming from my my current Android that I use more often and the other Androids that I have. But so just be aware of that. But of course, like I said, there's the TCL 20S and SE that were also announced, which I'm getting in here, and they have flat displays and they have even better price points. So we'll get into that. Now, the device does include what's called Next Vision, and this is basically TCL's proprietary software that they overlay over top of Android 11, as you guys can see here. Unlike a lot of other, OEMs out there, I did not find Next Vision intrusive. It didn't lag the system. I did not experience any sort of interference or anything like that. In fact, it added a lot to the experience. A lot of times I was watching the screen and I'm watching a video and I'm going, that's 1080p. It definitely, and it looked like a 4K kind of thing. And I'll show you guys some video as well here as well while we're doing this. Now, under the hood, powering this thing is a Snapdragon 750G. Okay, so the latest Snapdragon right now is the AAA, and I think the AAA Plus is coming out soon, from what I've been reading. But this again is a mid-range mid-range chip that's powering the device underneath there. Okay, Adreno 619. Last year was 612. Last year they used the Snapdragon 675. Now, as for storage, you're going to get a whopping 256 gigabytes. That's it. That's the only configuration that it comes in. 256 gigabytes. That's all you're going to get. And of course, you can expand that if you want to. 6 gigabytes of RAM. Last year, we also had 6 gigabytes of RAM, but it started at 128 gigabytes. So basically, TCL decided to kind of double up the storage there, and away we go. Appreciate them for that. Now, let's talk about the camera, and then we're gonna probably get into some camera samples shortly after this as well. Last year's camera had a main shooter of 64 megapixels. This year they've gone down to 48. I'm going to assume, I never checked with this with TCL, but I'm going to assume that they made improvements with the software. I feel as the software, the processing, whatnot with the camera is a lot better than last year. But also as a cost-saving measure as well, and also to slim out the device. For myself personally, when I compare my photos from last year's 10 Pro to this year's 20 Pro 5G from TCL, the quality's there. I mean, if you're posting just to social media, if you're posting, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I think you're going to be perfectly fine. If you need a higher, if you need the megapixels, right? You're going to be fine with this. You're going to be perfectly fine. And you guys are going to see the pictures too. They're punchy and they're vibrant and they're very natural. I would say natural and then a little kind of a step up depending on what it is. Okay, really, really good. You got a 16 megapixel ultra wide, both the same as last year. This year has a 2 megapixel macro. And last year's had a 5 megapixel macro. I know some people make fun of the macro lenses or like that, but if you use it properly, it's really cool. I took some really cool pictures of some crayons and some flowers like up close with the macro lens, and they're cool pictures. Like I sent them to my mom and she loved them and everything like that. So you can have some fun with that kind of stuff. But last year's macro was 5, this year's 2, not a big deal. And that's for video, 4K at 30, 1080p 3060. You got electronic image stabilization, all that jazz, all the stuff in there. Now, the selfie camera last year came at 24 megapixels. This year's at 32. Not it's a bump, right? And I think the quality is still there. Video is roughly the same as last year, except they've also added on 4K 30. Okay. Now, in addition, you got your Wi-Fi, all that kind of stuff. There's an IR blaster, so you can change the channels on your TV or whatever your device is, your audio equipment within your home. And I'm going to show you guys it's hard to show from the overhead cam. Right here. Whoop. Right, can you guys see this? I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll show you guys up close later on. But there's a headphone jack, people. There's a headphone jack. Okay, so there's a headphone jack. So if you crave a headphone jack, this is where you want to go. Okay, headphone jack. Uses an in-display fingerprint sensor or facial recognition, all that kind of stuff. And of course, like I told you before, the two colors are moon dust gray and marine blue. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So there's your basic spec breakdown and differences between last year's. Respectable, in my opinion, a very respectable bump up in specs and what you would expect from a next generation device from last year. We're seeing improvements physically and whatever, a little bit bigger, this and that. So one of the things I do want to point out, look at the back of the device. Look at the back of the TCL 20 Pro 5G. It is completely flat. Like there's no camera hump here at all. Let me just turn it here for you guys for a little bit. You guys see that? It's completely flat. You see that? No camera hump. No camera hump. So I'm going to bring you guys back over to this camera here. Like I was saying before, we got a headphone jack. Boom, right there. USB Type-C. TCL is including the power adapter and the plug-in, or sorry, and the cable in the box. So when you buy the phone, or when you get the phone through your carrier, whatever it is, you're going to get the phone, you're going to get your cable, your charging cable, and you're also going to get the power adapter. You're going to be able to charge this without having to look for another power adapter. Yes, TCL is including the power adapter. It's an 18-watt power adapter, I believe. Wireless charging, it does include wireless charging, which is quite a nice feature. That's something you don't normally see in budget or value devices. Normally that's something that's cut out. But on their high end here, on the 24 5G, wireless charging. All right. Let me take you guys through what it's like to use this thing. I need to position my mic down here a little bit. All right, let me just move my keyboard out of the way. All right, so taking a look around. On the left side here, there is a, basically, you can make whatever you want of this key. To launch your camera, you can use this key to launch an app. It's completely up to you, okay? You can make it launch Google, whatever you want. On the right-hand side, you got your rocker right here. I apologize, it's not in focus here. You got your rocker right here for your volume, and then of course you got your power key right here. Okay, USB-C on the bottom, as you guys can see. Again, it's probably not the best view. Pretty basic layout there, and of course you got a you've got a selfie camera up here. Give me a moment here. I'm gonna clear away some personal stuff here. All right. So I'm gonna show you guys. I'm going to show you guys what the video looks like here real quick. We're going to go into YouTube, and isn't that trippy? That's this stream. So we're just going to lay that down there. You know, I'll bring myself. I'm going to undo a little couple. There we go, a couple switches. The video looks great. Like I said, it uses the Next Vision software there to kind of update things and kind of upconvert and whatnot. So, you know, I enjoyed using it. My only takeaway from watching media on here is the speakers are still not the best. They're okay. The speakers are okay. They're not bad. They're just, you know, they're okay. I've been using it, like I said, for weeks and weeks and weeks, and like I said, for the last month, and I can still watch media and get through and whatnot. I would like to see an improvement there on the speakers and whatnot. That's one of the things to be aware of. So if you're a media hog, if you're just, you know, that's important for you. Well, first of all, I guess my suggestion would be, you know, use headphones or wireless earbuds or something like that. But just be aware that the speaker's not the greatest, okay? And it only fires out of one side. Okay, you only got one side of speakers there. Okay. All right. Let's continue around here. I'm going to take you guys top down here again. Again, here's your 4-camera setup there. You got your macro, your ultra wide, your wide, and then of course your main shooter there. Good stuff right there. Let's go into the menu here. Now you can unlock it using your face, and you can use PIN or whatever, or you can use the in-display fingerprint sensor. You guys can see right there. You don't necessarily have to wake it up, but I'm going to go ahead and push that. And go ahead and unlock it. It is an optical. Okay, so pretty simple here. You got your Google Now information there, your news, whatever. Go ahead and swipe up here. Now you can organize this by category. You can organize your tray however you want. Pretty simple, standard stuff there from an Android device or from a TCL device here. Menus and everything are all very to use. If you can't find something, go ahead and search for it. Very easy to navigate and everything. As you guys can see here, it's very snappy and whatnot. Now it is, like I said, 120. Sorry, this is a 60 hertz screen. But I don't mind it. I find it smooth and whatnot. No problems at all. Okay. So I hope that gives you guys an idea of what the UI layout is like and whatnot. if you're used to Android, you'll be used to this. And like I said, the Next Vision overlay that they put on here does not interfere at all. Okay, it does not. I never found it intrusive. It's not like in the past where people would complain about, you know, somebody else's layer of software on top of Android, and you know it would interfere with things. That I never got that with this. Never happened. Okay. Now let's go to the chat here. Let's go to the live chat here, and let's see what you guys are saying. Fiplon says $4.99 for a phone is amazing deal. Yeah, and depending on your carrier, you might actually be able to get it for free. So definitely check it with your carrier here. Don Coven says, my wife is due for a new phone. Curious about this one. Note 20 Ultra and S21 Plus are current front runners. Those are great choices, Don. But I would definitely, say get in there and maybe get your hand on one of these and see how you like it. I would, again, the TLDR of all this is I would 100% recommend the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Just know that there's a few drawbacks, whatever, but they're not even red flags. It's just understand that this device fits a certain demographic that wants a certain price point. And that's what TCL does so well. The screen is beautiful. Everything about it's nice and lightweight. It's fun to use. It's snappy. It's got a huge storage there with 256 gigabytes. Okay. Chris M loves the curvy phones. I have a feeling that anyway, it's a PG show. We'll keep on going here. Macro lens. Matt Chris M says macro lenses seem very gimmicky in my opinion. You can get some cool Instagram photos, posts, but for the most people, that's about it. Am I wrong? Well, okay. I'd say, I'm not going to say you're wrong, Chris. I agree with what you're saying. Like, am I running around the house all the time and whatever, when am I out and about taking macro photos? No. But it's kind of cool to have that when you're in a situation where you can take macro photos, okay? We got BG Tech Life, nice device. And Chris, keep that, we'll keep Chris's comment in mind because I'm going to show you guys some camera samples here, okay? So some photos we've taken with the TCL 20 Pro that I took, that my wife took, that my kids took, okay? So we all had fun with this device over the last month. Unnamed device, is it going to be available with carriers? I do not have carrier information yet, unnamed review guy. I would suggest you stay tuned to the TCL Twitter accounts and also follow me on the socials. I'll be retweeting that stuff out, okay? As soon as I have confirmation, and it may have already been announced, I don't know. I'll definitely get that information out to you guys. How would it stack up against the Pixel 4a 5G $499 also? Ooh. I don't personally have the Pixel 4a 5G. I do have the Pixel 4a. And to be perfectly honest, this is completely honest, I would be happy with either device. If that's, I'm not trying to like not pick a side, but I would be happy with either device, honestly. Think about the Pixel, you're getting a pure device with no overlays and everything, it's just pure Android. With the TCL, you're getting some extra bells and whistles, whatever. One of my favorite features of this device is the IR blaster. I have a TCL television. Yes, I bought another one after my other one broke. I like the TV so much, I bought it twice. But, if I can't find the controller, I can use this to change things in interface and everything like that. So with the Roku and everything. So, but honestly, extra features like that on the device are always nice to have. But if I was given either or, I would be happy with it. In fact, I'm about this close to taking the SIM out of my S21 Plus and just going straight to the TCL 20 Pro 5G because I just love how much is offered in here and how slim it is and how much fun I've had with it. It has more storage than my S21 Plus. So I'm pretty close to just getting rid of my Samsung. Nothing against Samsung, and then just going straight with the TCL. I really am. Because I've enjoyed that much. Mech 1164. By the way, good to see you here. Waiting to see Verizon's compatibility incoming. Then get it for visible for family members. Still on an old busted 6-year-old phone. Ugh, gotta get on that, dude. Let me know how it works. All right, people. I know I'm talking fast here, but I'm just trying to get to the points here for you. Let's look at some of the photos that I took, that my wife took, that my kids took with the TCL 20 Pro 5G. We're going to bring up our window here. All right, camera samples. So now, of course, these top ones weren't taken. Now, this tag, this stamp in the corner here, you guys see, this is TCL 20 Pro 5G. You can remove that. By default, it's not turned on, okay? But I purposely turned it on so that I could easier organize my photos because I do everything through Google Photos, okay? So that can be removed, no problem. Oh, let me just... Yeah, there's where we want to start. So my kids were coloring. We were at Grandma and Grandpa's. We were coloring outside, being safe. And so I snapped some pictures here of the crayons. So this is just using the regular lens here. And then this is up close with the macro lens. You can see kind of like the scrapings here. I apologize about the lighting. There's just some harsh lighting there outside in the garage. And you can see little bits here and there. And so you get the little details and everything like that. This is the macro lens right here. Again, the macro lens, you can see, like, look at this little piece coming off the crayon here. Like, it's picking up everything. Like, I can even see this with my naked eye. So that's kind of cool. I mean, that's just an example with the macro lens. I thought it was a lot of fun because there's color in there and everything like that. As you guys can see with the colors, very natural. Nothing here has been processed. I do not edit my photos. You guys know that. And if I do, I always state if I have. Or I'll put it in my post that I have, you know, edited photos. Okay? Get another macro photo there. Don, real quick here, says here, would you say your #1 drawback is a speaker? Yeah, Don, I would say for me it is because I consume so much through my phone. I'm watching people's videos. I'm on Twitter Spaces. I'm doing, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so good audio out of the device is essential for me. I don't carry around headphones. I don't typically use earbuds a lot. So good speakers on a device are essential for me. And like I said, these speakers, the speakers on the 20 Pro 5G here are okay. I'm not going to call them bad. They're just okay. I mean, there definitely could be an improvement there. But I also understand, because of the price point the device is coming at, because of the demographic they're trying to serve. Hey, we got digital slang. I'm going to give you one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you're here, bud. All right, we're just going through some photos here taken with the 20 Pro 5G, the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Now, I only took a couple selfies there. There's my daughter and I. Now, this was really dark lighting in the house. It wasn't the best. The selfie camera, it still struggles a little bit. That's probably one of the other things I want to point out as well. So if you're a big selfie person and whatnot, just know that you need light. You need some really, really, really good light. So you're that guy at the restaurant. Not all the time, my friend. No. I hate people that play and watch videos out loud in public. Drives me nuts. Anyway, so yeah, took a selfie there with my daughter Jenna there, and my big old beard. I think that's before I cut it down a little bit. We have a beautiful lilac tree in the backyard. Lilacs. Is it lilac? Hold on here. No, what is this? Is this lilac? I can't remember. Anyway, it smells incredible. I have the worst allergies, but I love smelling this tree. Again, took some quick photos there. Keep on going here. Got some wider ones. This is just looking up at the sky. You guys can see the sun in behind here. Those purples and greens. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Can you keep on going through here? I tried out the portrait mode, which worked out really, really well. This is the portrait mode on it, so you can see the background's kind of blurred or whatever, and you got my beautiful Shure Super 55 Deluxe here microphone. You know, it's the one I'm talking on right now. I thought that worked out really well. We got D Nim in the background. He was doing his members live stream. So I thought it separated things quite well here with the portrait mode. Very well done. So I gave the phone to my kids during our road trip out to Banff a couple weeks ago, and I said to my son, here, just take pictures, whatever. Just play with it. Just do stuff. And so my son's got this thing where he likes to try to mimic me with the eyebrows. He desperately wants to start a YouTube channel, so we might be doing something. I don't know. So my son and daughter playing around in the back seat there with the TCL 20 Pro 5G. That's the selfie camera again. And we're outside, so there's more natural light and everything. And as you guys can see here, compared to the photo I showed you before, the selfie photo I showed you before, this is a heck of a lot better. A heck of a lot better, right? This is his view from the back. Okay. as you guys can see here, driving into the mountains there. A little overexposed, obviously, because the sun's coming in and everything, but I think it still did a good job separating out the mountains and the green. It seems very natural. You can actually zoom in on... you can't quite tell, but I know it says the Wallflowers. We're listening to Wallflowers, One Headlight. You guys know that song. It's a good song. So good job there. My wife took this picture of some bikers in front of us. Again, we were in a moving vehicle going around, I believe, around 60 kilometers an hour, which I believe translates to about 45 miles per hour. So we're going about 60 kilometers an hour, which is about 45 miles per hour, down this Highway 1A. It's the Bow Valley Parkway, and it's just a mountain drive kind of thing. And then there's like a little shop and chalets and Castle Mountain at the end and everything like that. So she took that from the passenger seat, moving vehicle. Again, beautiful. I mean, it's all very natural. You can kind of see the line right here from the dirty windshield. She didn't try to block that out. Okay. Here's another one. This is probably my favorite photo of all the photos that have been taken with this. Again, my wife took this. This is that same mountain drive. This just gives you a whole idea of what it's like to drive through the Canadian Rockies. Okay, narrow road. I mean, a deer or a moose or bear could come jumping out anytime. Even a Sasquatch. Sometimes the Sasquatches come out of nowhere. And then you got the sky. It's a little overcast that day. Got the mountains in the background. Everything's nice and green. Yeah, I love road tripping, people. You guys know I love going out there. Fit Blunt says, I'm really impressed with the camera on the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Thank you. Of course. Now, this right here, this is the I think this is the ultra. No, yeah, this is the ultra wide at the end of that road where we stopped at the what's called Castle Mountain Chalets. And there's a little gas station, a little ice cream, and there's treats and everything like that. But this right here is Castle Mountain, of course, because it looks like a castle, right? This is the ultra wide, and then, of course, then she went in with the regular. And it was really overcast. You can see here, I did take a similar photo with one of my other phones, and it did a little bit better with the job with the clouds. But I mean, I think this is more now. I think this is probably a better photo right here at the ultra wide. And then here's the zoomed in here. Alan Mobley says here, by the way, welcome, Alan. I'm glad you're here. Did TCL mention how long the phone will be supported with updates? I will find out for you, Alan. I think you're following me on Twitter. I will find out from my TCL contact. I don't recall them bringing it up in the presentation, and I don't recall that information being in the reviewer guide here. Chris M says, I'm not a photographer, but I can tell the difference between the picture and a $1,000 phone. YouTube compression might play a part to play. Absolutely. So, as you guys know, Twitter doesn't compress as much as before. They're actually not cutting off the photos anymore. So I've posted many of these photos on my Twitter, and I've also posted them on Instagram if you prefer looking through Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, at ZAKtalks TECH, many of these photos are also posted as well, okay? Let's keep on going. On the way home, we pulled over. Now, this is Sulphur Mountain on the right-hand side. This is Mount Rundle, this one that's kind of like got this weird peak here. And I really dig this photo. I know it's not straight, everybody. It definitely, like, I don't know why I tilted the phone. Especially considering there's a gyroscope in there that actually tells you, like, how to tilt it or whatever. And, like, if you're straight. But anyway, I really like how the blues came out of here, the mountains. This is just like if you were there. Like, this is not oversaturated like some phones do and whatnot. Everything just looks really, really good. When you go to the ultra wide, though, look at the blues, though. So here's the blue on the regular in the sky. And then this is the ultra wide. This blue does change up a little bit. And you can see it does saturate a little bit. You can see a little ground squirrel right here. So just be aware of that. Again, you can adjust things. You can use a manual mode on the camera if you want to. But I don't think anybody's going to complain if you were posted this picture on social media. Took a selfie just before tonight's show, or just before today's show. Yes, my daughter made me a crown because she says I'm a king. So there you go. You guys can't tell her otherwise because you'll make her cry. So there you go. I did receive an update yesterday for a new version of NextVision there. You guys can see improvements or whatever. So they're already sending through updates and whatnot, getting things updated on the TCL device. And of course, I took that photo with a different camera, but yeah. So there you guys go. There are some camera samples. I hope that gives you guys a good idea of, you know, what to expect if you were to, you know, to grab this phone. Now, someone's saying here in the chat, sorry, there it is. Chris M says shutter lag. I didn't experience any, whether it was dark settings or regular, you know, lighting settings outside. I never experienced it. As soon as I pushed the button, boom, took the picture. I never experienced any shutter lag. There's only one brand I sometimes experience that with. I think you guys know who. So, Don Coven's asking the important questions here. What about the beard? It's still gray. Okay, so I have, I have the dye upstairs. I'll dye this. I promise you guys. Okay, we'll probably do it during a live show. During a live show. Okay, so, to kind of summarize things. If I haven't said it before, absolutely would recommend the TCL 20 Pro 5G, especially at $499. You can probably get it for cheaper, if not free, through a carrier plan. Make sure you check with your carriers. Just be aware that there's a few caveats here and there. You know, it's not the greatest speaker. It only fires out of one side. You know, the selfie camera, you know, it does give you all-day battery. Let me go back here. I don't think I quoted you guys the battery size. Battery is a 4,500 milliamp battery, so 4,500 milliamp battery, and fast charging at 18 watt, and fast charging wirelessly at 15 watts. So 15 watt wireless, fast charging plug-in, 18 watt, and of course they give you that charger. Okay, that's really great. Like you see flagships that usually come with that, so that's really good. And with the 4,500 milliamp battery, I was getting all day. I was never at a loss or anything like that. I could leave the house all day with this. Was never at a loss. Now, I really like the finish on the back here. It's kind of a matte finish, and then you got this kind of glossy strip here, but it's completely flat. I have not found any cases yet for this yet. I'm still looking around. I did see some manufacturers pop up today. So if I bring in any cases for this, I'll show you guys. I'll do a quick, you know, we'll include it in a stream and whatnot. But that's it. I really dig this device. I love this color. I really dig the marine blue that my American friends got. I'm totally jealous of that. And yeah, there's my review of the TCL 20 Pro. As the live stream is called here, you know, 1 month later, is it worth it? Does it keep its value? Absolutely it does. It really does. So there you go. Silver bullet, no dye. There you go. All right, people. So this is the part of the show where we're going to get into some Q&A. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to talk about, we could do that. Now, I told you I was going to talk to you guys about this right here. So underneath this bandage, I actually have an IV intravenous going in here, and you guys can see here's the line, and this is the pump that I'm hooked up to. And I know some of you are going to be like, what's going on here? I'm being dosed, or I was being dosed. I'm between doses right now. Of some antibiotics because I had to go in the hospital. I had a really gnarly cyst on my back, like the size of a grapefruit. If you've ever watched Dr. Pimple Popper, you know what I'm talking about. It ruptured internally inside me rather than going out. So basically, I was being poisoned. That's why I'm on these gnarly antibiotics. At least until 9 a.m. tomorrow. I have a follow-up tomorrow, and I'll probably have to I'm turning the pump and whatnot. So I'm okay. I appreciate everybody's messages, the emails, the phone calls, the tweets, and everything to see how I'm doing, because I've been really transparent. I've been showing you guys on Twitter what's going on. Thank you so much. It really means a lot that so many people are concerned. I'm not going to get you a heck for doing it. You didn't have to, but thank you so much. It really means a lot. I'm okay. You guys, I can still do everything I'm doing. I just have to carry this thing around. You know, it's no big deal. And, you know, this thing will be off by tomorrow and back to normal, right? Right now I have this hole in my back, like literally, like it's just stuffed full of gauze. So I'm draining right now. It's gross. I'm not going to show you guys my back. But that's where we're at, right? So like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
yes, science.
It's pretty cool that we can do this kind of stuff. So I'm okay. I appreciate everybody's concern and everything like that. Don't mess with cysts, man. Don't try to squeeze them like I did. Go to your doctor, please, okay? Oh, man. Alan, I'm good, man. I appreciate it, man. Oh, man. He says, oh, man, praying for your quick recovery. I'll be good. 100% tomorrow, guys. You guys will see. Digital Slang, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I really appreciate that. So anyway, people, does anybody have any more questions or comments, anything about the TCL 20 Pro 5G? Like I said, I'm going to be getting the 20S and the 20 SE hopefully later this week. I know there's a shipment on the way, and so I'll present those to you as well. Now, the TCL 20 Pro 5G is obviously on their higher end at $499. The 20S and the 20 SE are even, I hate using the word cheaper, but they're like half the price and like $125 or something, like $150. TCL's out of their mind. So I can't wait to try those devices because they're even more value driven. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, cysts are not fun. Like I said, this one started out like the size of my pinky, and I was stupid. I squeezed it, and then it blew up to the size of a grapefruit. Anyway, I don't want to gross you guys out anymore. It's pretty gnarly stuff. Anyway, I appreciate the 10 or 12 of you that have been here today. I know I don't normally do streams in the morning or afternoon like this. I don't know if this will be an ongoing thing. As a lot of you guys know, going into July, we're going to have a more consistent schedule here. I want to stream at least twice a week. I'm going to aim for 3 times, probably like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing. It'll always be in the evening because it works out best for most of my audience. I appreciate all of you. And, I'm looking forward to a fun July and a more cohesive, a more organized kind of show going forward and whatnot. Oh, did you hear anything about the fast charging? So it is an 18. So Chris, it comes with an 18-watt fast charger, so the charging block and the cable, and it has 15-watt wireless charging. So 18-watt plug-in, 15-watt wireless. Of course, you can use any fast charger as long as it's 18 watt or higher. You're gonna get fast charging. Okay, or 15 watt wireless. Hope that makes sense. Isn't that ironic? The song for the intro here just started in the background, and we're closing things out. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you guys all being here. We're gonna close things out right now. You guys all have a wonderful day. Make sure you guys are following me on the Twitters and the Instagrams and all that kind of stuff. I think I have a Facebook page. Check that out as well. And I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna get back to playing with the TCL 20 Pro 5G here. I've had a lot of fun with this. Again, thanks again to TCL for sending that out. Appreciate you guys. You guys all have a good one. Take care. Cheers.